Welcome to the Hellfire Club. I am Hate Mail. With me today we have Loot,
Hey, what's up, guys?
M4,
Hello, everybody.
and he will be chiming in. He's driving, so we didn't want to have terrible audio quality, but he'll be chiming in from time to time. Burger.
What's up, guys?
And we wanted to, this is our maiden voyage in the Hellfire Club podcast, which is covering Marvel Snap, new game that just came out not too long ago and is taking the mobile gaming world by storm. For those of you that don't know us, we do WROL Broadcast, which is a DC Legends, which is a DC game, mobile game. We've been podcasting for what, 5 years? Almost, yeah, it's been over 5 years. Holy crap. It's for over
Long
5
time.
years. We are
DC, boo, Marvel, yay!
Yeah, so we feel like we're kind of going to the dark side by covering Marvel, but the game is just super fun. And we're in the top alliance in DC Legends, the Court of Owls. And so the group of us decided, we're having a lot of fun playing this. We don't know if they're going to do guilds or alliances or whatever you want to call them in this game. But right now we're playing.
In the development update.
Oh, it was? Okay. I didn't even see that.
Yeah, it's on the drawing board for a future release.
So almost all of us have only been playing for a couple days. Luke, you've been playing the longest. How long have you been playing?
Since launch day. So like 2 weeks, maybe.
Okay, so it's
Something like that.
yeah. So it hasn't
Not
been out very
terribly
long, but I started, I think, the day before yesterday or yesterday. It wasn't very long. I'm playing like a maniac. So we're going to make this podcast about just kind of talking through some kind of new player questions. So if you're super experienced, you may not get a whole lot out of this. But for people that are kind of new to the game, which is probably the vast majority of people, kind of talk through some stuff, questions that we have as new players. I am the rank, you go by the green ladder. Is that kind of what people go by, the collection level as their... I know.
Collection level, yeah.
So collection level, I'm only 70. I think I'm the lowest of the group. I can't believe M4. You're that much further than me already.
How much are you, M4?
100 or something. I'm in the middle of a match, so I can't tell.
You probably shouldn't be podcasting and playing it at the same time.
It's just so addictive. I mean, you just can't stop.
I can't stop
Out
it.
of control. It's like crack.
Burger, what collection level are you?
I think I'm 318.
Holy crap. You guys don't play around. And Loot, you're the highest.
I started playing Friday after I saw everybody else getting all hyped up about it.
And just for everybody, so you know the date, it's November 8th right now, which is Tuesday that we're recording this, so whenever you're listening to it. So yeah, it's only been a couple days for a few of us. I've only really started seriously playing like since yesterday. Loot, what collection rank are you?
725.
Oh my god. So
But to be fair, that's really gone up probably the most maybe within the last week. So like I played it a little bit and then life got in the way and too much stuff was going on, but now I've got it going and I'm on a roll. I just can't stop playing. It's just so much fun.
yeah, and I don't think I'm too far in. I'm only 16 iron right now in the PvP realm. What are you in that, Loot?
Well, it just got reset.
Oh,
So
okay. So,
last night at 10 p.m. Eastern.
Okay, that's right.
It pushes you back 3 levels. So I was at like 50, I guess. And now I'm at 10. Well, I started at 10 and now I'm at 27.
Okay, so that makes sense.
It's really
Yeah,
hard.
I'm at 24 right now. Yeah, it's getting harder for sure.
Like I'm in pool 3 and I don't have, for anybody that doesn't understand what I just said. So card pools, and the card pools are based on your collection level. Goes like what is it? There's thresholds. So pool level 1 is there's 46 cards in pool 1 and it goes from level 18 collection level to level 214. And then once you breach 214 and you get into level 222, you start pool 2. And that's 25 cards and it goes from 222 to 474. Now, here's where it gets harder. Once you breach pool 2 and you get into pool 3 starts at 486, level 486, and it's 74 cards, which is a huge number of cards. But what happens in pool 3 is it gets significantly harder to actually get the cards. So as you go up in collection level, I think every couple levels you're guaranteed a card in pool 1 and pool 2. Once you hit pool 3, it's like totally random. They're called collector caches, and you could either get a card or you can get credits or gold. So it's not guaranteed. So even though I'm level 725, it's totally random. There's people that could have gotten substantially higher number of cards than me, right? Like just between the levels because their luck was better. So RNG totally plays a role.
How many cards are in the game total? Do you know?
Well, well,
I read.
there's a difference between cards and then there's variants of
Right.
cards, but you can only play one version of per fight. So it doesn't matter if you have like one version of the Hulk or another version of the Hulk. You can only play one Hulk.
They're all the
So
same though. When the variance is just
there's
the way
no
they look.
difference.
Okay.
It's just artwork that's different. So right now there's 46 plus 25 plus 74.
Yeah, there's over
base
150. I read.
So I actually had
145.
once I ranked her up a certain level, actually asked me if I wanted to make a duplicate of her. So now I have her.
You're cutting
That's
out.
right.
You guys heard of
So
that?
I'll fill you in on what he just said. So as you rank up your cards, once you get them to level 10 or infinity, I think it's called level 10. Anyway, it's called level infinity. And it gives you, no, it's not level 10. It gives you 10 collector progress when you go to level infinity. It gives you the option. It's not really an option. It doesn't go away. You click on this little card symbol thing that's glowing, and then it duplicates the card. So then you could level up the same card again, but a little bit different. It's like a prism version or a foil version. It's super cool. There's lots of flexibility. Basically, it's never ending grind. It's a grinder stream.
That's what you live for, Loot. It's the grind.
Total grinder stream.
No.
And the best part, we haven't even talked about the best part.
What's that?
The game's practically free. You don't have to pay anything to play.
Yeah, that's the one thing that's really surprising. So, if you're looking for, a lot of times, it's the first thing people ask about a mobile game is it going to be, murder your funds? I haven't really seen. I mean, you kind of want to buy the season pass, obviously, which we'll get into, and you want to buy, that starter $3 Captain America thing. But other than that, I don't see a reason to buy anything at this point.
So let me tell you what you would spend your money on.
Okay.
Why don't we cover?
Okay.
So if there's only certain things that you can buy, and there's limitations on what you can buy, which is really kind of weird for a mobile game, right? Like they slow you down, which I love because it means they respect you as a human being, and they're trying to smother you and just take your soul.
Yeah, because I kept trying to buy missions and I couldn't.
You ran out,
Yeah.
right? Because you could only buy a certain amount a day.
Yeah, I was really surprised by that.
So you can spend money on gold, and the gold you can buy credits of 50, 150, or 500 credits at a time, but those are all limited supply. So I think you can buy it's like maybe a total of 1,900 or 2,000 credits a day, something like that. And then you can do something called fast upgrade, which is you can then take those credits and fast upgrade your card, which I really do not recommend doing. It is double the cost. So you're going to pay. Credits are probably the most scarce resource in the game. It's what you really want to upgrade your cards. If you use them on fast upgrade, you're spending double of what you can literally earn for free just by playing the game.
But Lutz,
And then the other
quick
thing you
question
can
on that
spend gold
before you move on. Because the
Yeah.
fast upgrade, you can upgrade cards that you don't use, right? Do you also
That's
get
correct.
free upgrades for cards? Because I've been doing them because I think that's the way you can upgrade cards that you don't use, because that's the way you move up in collection levels. So you're saying that's a bad idea to do?
I've been doing the fast upgrades like crazy, but I'm also
So
generally
I
pretty
was,
crazy.
but I stopped. And the reason why I stopped is because credits are in such short supply.
Oh,
I never have enough credits to use my boosters that I already have.
dude, I think it just depends on where you are at the game. I
Yeah,
think
I've
early
read that
on,
not do the fast upgrades almost everywhere. So
It's truly 2x the credit cost. And for a resource that is such in limited supply, there's no reason to use it, if that makes any sense.
it does. It's just that at the beginning you really wanna, oh, I wanna get more cards, I wanna get
So
up,
I
and
was
that's
doing it, and then I was like, I actually saw like what it costs to get the same upgrade, and it's 2x. It costs 25 to go from uncommon to rare, and if for a fast upgrade it's 50. So it's always double.
yeah, that's.
okay.
I've read that on Reddit a few times. Going through some of these, there's a beginner's guide to Marvel Snap on Reddit. It's posted by Canadian Alfredo. He seems like he knows his stuff, so I just want to go over a couple of these things I've read on here and kind of get your opinion on a few of them, Loot. And Canadian Alfredo, if you ever want to join us on a future episode, we'd love to have you. But the first thing that I kind of had a question about, and I was watching, is that the turn initiative. So each turn, who goes first is based on who's winning. Is that correct, Luke?
Yeah, so you want it if yes, that is correct. That is accurate.
Okay, so you want to usually you want to be the person ahead so that you can take the next turn.
Not always.
Well, I guess yeah.
That's not always true. I'll tell you why. There's certain cards that have abilities. So cards either have abilities or they don't have abilities, and then if they do have abilities, there's two main abilities called ongoing, which it doesn't matter when you play the card. It will just it's active while it's in your location or lane. And then there's reveal. Now that's where it gets interesting. If you want to reveal first, then you want to be in the lead. If you want them to reveal first for whatever reason, then you want to be in the lead. Or vice versa.
Yeah.
It's the other way around.
Gotcha.
Totally did it backwards.
Now, for those of you that are maybe never played the game or super new, the point of the game is there's 3 locations and you need to win 2 of them to win the game. So sometimes it strategically makes sense to just give one up so you can focus on the other 2, or really I guess it can be tied, but if it's tied then they go by who has the most points on the 3rd location.
It's based on total points.
Right, that's what I mean, total points. Whoever has the most total points in the end. And then I guess it can technically tie in the end, where you just I'm reading on here you can. I've never had that, but I guess I've read that you can. Then just nobody gains or loses cubes if it's a true tie in the end.
I've never seen it happen. That would be super cool to see. I'd be like, oh my god, that's
yeah, nuts. It's on this guide. And then he also says the card effects resolve in the order you play them, so you want to make sure you pay attention to what needs to happen first. So an example he gives, if you play Bucky and then Carnage at the same time, to turn Bucky into a Winter Soldier, you have to play Bucky first so that Carnage reveals second and destroys Bucky. So I didn't realize
that's why you
that.
always want to play Angela first.
Yeah. So that makes sense. I didn't really pay super high attention to that, but I noticed it on some of the cards. But you always want to make sure you do that whenever you're playing them. One other thing, kind of back onto this game's pretty free to play friendly, is all cards are obtainable without spending money. However, the season pass cards are time exclusive for 2 seasons. So I didn't get to play the first season because I started too late. So in 2 months, or 2 seasons, I guess, January, I'll be able to collect those cards again. So that's
is that right? I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that's what he's saying on here. So even if you don't buy the season pass, you can get them 2 months late, which we'll get into this season pass here in a little bit. And then, like you mentioned before, leveling cards increase your visual effects. You can increase a card 6 times, and then it splits the card, and then you have new styles, foils, inks, gold foil. Apparently, it's just, like you said, you can just grind.
It just keeps going. It's so cool.
That's crazy. There's a lot with that. Loot, what is there what other things would a new player want to know that you kind of picked up over the last couple weeks?
It really depends like what the player's goal is. So like what I've noticed, if you really want to climb the ladder and get to infinite, you really got to pay attention. I recommend looking up decks online and seeing like what's strong in what pool and know like what your limitations are. So what I mean by that is you think you're going to lose, retreat.
Yeah, I've
Don't
read
hang
that.
out.
So why don't you tell people about when they want to snap and kind of what snap is?
So that's a skill that I'm still learning. I'm not very good at poker, and this to me is like the poker aspect of the game. So it's all like kind of like a mind game, and you could be bluffing too, right? So it's very difficult. Some players are very aggressive; they'll snap right away. What I've
That's
heard,
what I do.
what
Every
I've
single
heard
time.
to like make it so that like you don't want to snap at the very end because then they'll just retreat. So you want to snap like towards the middle of the game. At least that's what I've experienced of like you don't want the player to then retreat, right? So you want it's like it's total mind game. Like you want them to keep playing.
Yeah, and even on this Reddit guide, he says on here, retreating is a strategy. It will help you climb because if you're pretty sure you're going to lose, it's better to retreat, save your cubes.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. That's the only way that I can climb the ladder successfully. And I keep like if I screw around and I don't retreat, I've got up and down. Well, it's way faster to go down, but like I went from level 50 to 40 very, very fast because I snapped every game because I was like, it's like when you're going to the tables and you're gambling, you're like losing and you're like, oh, I'm just going to double down and just keep going and going more and going more. That strategy just doesn't work.
And then one other website, if you want to build decks, you want to look at all the different cards, it's one of the best websites I found out here. It's called snap.fan. Really well put together site. So whoever built that did an awesome job. They have all kinds of different decks that are, different pool decks. If you've ever played Hearthstone, this game is very similar in the game's very different, but it's somewhat similar in especially the fan sites. How people build different decks that are really good. There's going to be metas that come and go very quickly, I'm sure, in this. This game has so much potential.
Based. So like the metas are really when you're in pool 1, the meta's always just pool 1, right?
Yeah.
And when you're in pool 2, you use a mix between 2 and 1. But once you get to 3, then it's just as they keep adding pools of cards, it just keeps growing, and then like eventually the meta is going to be there's going to be counters for everything and new effects and new moves, and it's the strategy that's involved when you're playing. It gets very intense and it makes you think.
Well, that's what's really fun about this game. And even, it's funny because I got real into Hearthstone for a while, but the meta, especially the high ranks, just kind of becomes the same thing over and over and over. And I don't see that. I mean, I'm sure it will happen to a certain degree, but I don't see that happening as much with this because every match is so different because of the zones. So they're, the different things that each location offers, which makes the game so unique and interesting. It's just
Not
super
only
fun.
that, they do these like event days. So on Sunday they featured the cloning vats. Well, that was just a total cluster for me because I don't really play like that deck. I was playing a different deck, so like I had to modify everything I was doing to play cloning vats because it was literally all day long. So like they do these features of like, today we're going to feature this location and we're going to give it to you like almost every single game, and it really could like make you have to like build a brand new deck just for that day. So it totally switches stuff up.
According to Reddit, they're saying Wednesday and Thursday will feature a new location each week, This location will have a 40% chance of appearing each game. Sunday will feature an old location as a hot location for the day with a 60% chance of appearing. So apparently these locations change every single week.
Yeah, and that 60%,
It's like 100.
it's so much higher than that. So much higher.
Yeah, this is So M4, do you have any questions for Loot?
Not at the moment. You covered most of what I wanted to learn. So,
All right, so let's move on to this new season, which is the Warriors of Wakanda. The new character is Black Panther. On reveal, so he's a 5/4 card, and then on reveal, double this card's power. So that would make him an 8, costing 5. So that seems like a pretty good card. What do you think, Luke?
I think it's a great card, especially when paired with Wong or Odin, because you can increase his power tremendously. And if anybody doesn't know, if you play Odin, it activates the on-reveal ability when you play him. So instead of it being 8, you'll play him, it'll become 8, and then you'll reveal it again, and it'll become 16. And if you play it with Wong and Odin, I guess it becomes 32.
I haven't seen Wong yet. What does he do?
It's an ongoing ability that on your reveal ability happened twice at that location. So basically, if you play him with Odin, you can really get him 3 times. So it's 32 power if you play him with Odin and Wong. And if there is a location if you get the map where on reveal abilities happen twice, then you can get him for 64. Gets pretty nuts.
Now, I don't even know how to pronounce her name. The Okoye. Did she come out with this patch, or was she already in the game?
No, she's been out.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I haven't used her personally yet, but a lot of people I play use her. And her ability is pretty cool. On reveal, she increases every card in your deck plus 1 power.
Oh, you know what? I think I got hers from somebody else's deck when I was playing using Cable today. And it seems like there's quite a few changes
Cable's
in
a cool
this.
card. I like Cable.
Seems like there's quite a few changes in this. Some new featured locations. It looks like there's some spoilers if you don't want to know this, but they have Shuri's Lab. When you play a card here, double its power. They have the Wakandan Embassy, give +2 power to cards in the player's hands. Then we're going to see Warrior Falls, which is after each turn cards here fight, destroy the weakest ones. Vibranium Mines, when you play a card here, shuffle 3 Vibranium into your deck. Let me see what the Vibranium is.
What does Vibranium do?
Doesn't say. I'll have to look. I'll see if I can find that. There's the Throne Room. Cards with the highest power have their power doubled. And then Lamentus 1. Draw 3 cards. Destroy both decks. Jeez, that's crazy.
Oh my god, that is nuts.
Let me see if I can find what Vibranium is on here. I don't know. It doesn't say.
Doesn't say.
It's not saying on here anyway. So somebody may know, but we'll find out playing. So that'd be interesting.
Whoa, Warrior Falls is nuts. After each turn, the cards fight. Destroy the weakest one.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
This is cool.
All right, well, I think that pretty much wraps it up. So I'm not sure how often we're going to record these. I'm thinking every other week. What do you think, guys? Twice a month? Seems pretty good.
Something like that.
Yeah.
It depends on how well.
Depends on how much content there is.
Yeah,
How,
I mean,
how fast we climb Hate, because right now we can't relate to Loot, so we need to do a lot of catching up.
that's what I mean. We could if either do once a month or once every other week. Seems like a good.
I think twice a month is good, and I think by the next recording, you guys are gonna have a hell of a collection.
Yeah, probably. Especially because we got a hurricane coming. I'm in Florida, so I'll have a few days with not a whole lot to do. As long as I have cell reception and or power, we'll be good to go.
Yeah. Hey, do you want to maybe post up the link to our Discord in case anybody wants to come hang out there?
Yeah, so there'll be a link to our Discord. If you're listening to this on the DC Legends stream, we will be breaking it off to its own audio format, but we'll probably keep the YouTubes combined just because it's a pain to swap out. So we appreciate everyone listening, and until next time, and if anybody in the community wants to join that is an experienced player, we would love to have you. We record in Discord, so it's very simple. Alright guys, take care.